It's one thing falling in love with a house, picturing yourself moving in and calling it home, and quite another navigating the world of price negotiating, mortgage lenders, and finding the budget that works best for you. An agent who's a Realtor can make understanding that world easier. Realtors have the expertise, access to proprietary data, and tools to help you get from imagining living somewhere to actually doing it. That's the kind of help we can provide. Because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
Just in and so good. Thousands of spring deals at your Nordstrom Rack store. Save big today on new arrivals from Kate Spade New York, Nike, Sam Edelman, Free People, and Madewell, starting at only $30. Great brands and great prices on dresses, denim, sandals, designer bags, and more. So rack your look and get first dibs on spring styles you want now from just $30 at your Nordstrom Rack store. What will you find?
Yo, what up? This is DJ Newmark, a.k.a.
Uncle New.
From Jurassic 5, and you're checking out the library with my main man, Tim Einenkel, on www.rapstation.com.
We gon' take it there. Yeah. Ray's Cafe. We got the little nice tables outside.
Legendary lyricist OC is no stranger to real deal hip-hop fans as he continues to produce top-quality work for the past 20 years. New York-based producer Ray West, although a newer name to some, was already releasing timeless material as part of the Red Apples Love New York collective. In January, Ray West and OC joined forces to release Ray's Cafe, a 9-track project available on cassette and vinyl, which takes a listener on a mellow journey set in a smoky jazz cafe in the 1970s. OC and Ray West, thanks for joining me in the library with Tim Einenkel on And You Don't Stop with Chuck D on rapstation.com.
Thank you, sir.
I want to get into some of the tracks from Ray's Cafe. This question is for OC. In the track Have Fun, you spit a reference to Stevie Wonder's Innervisions. So what is... I've noticed that a lot of MCs kind of do that where they credit Stevie Wonder's Innervisions. So I was wondering if you give us some insight. What is it, like, why is this album so important, I guess, in the hip-hop community?
Well, you're talking about a 70s record, the 70s, baby. You know, anybody's parents from that era more or less played that album or had the album, you know what I'm saying? Or if you see the album cover, you know what I'm saying, it's attracting to the eye, you know what I'm saying, as well as the listen. So, I mean, you hear people from my era reference that, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's the difference with this era and my era. You know what I'm saying? They might not, you know, no disrespect to them, but they might not credit, you know, our era for giving them something or contributing something for them to prosper in the game. And Stevie Wonder and them, James Brown, you know, anybody's 50s, 60s, 70s, blues, rock, you know what I'm saying? That's our era. You know what I'm saying? You know, the 70s is my era, but, you know, my musical taste goes back a little bit further than that, because my moms and pops had records from, you know, 40s, 50s, even the 30s, you know what I'm saying, in their collection. You know, I grew up on 8-track tapes, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, cassettes, you know, reel-to-reels, you know, actually in my home. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just the Stevie Wonder thing, man. Like, Stevie is just, you know, that was just something everybody listened to. Not even drag it out.
Innervisions, Stevie Wonder, living for the city, Sir Duke, the loop with smooth drumming. Fingertips, yellow fructose, a Buddha. I sip Uber, respect the bounce, raise the cooler. Let us conclude on the note of being pros.
That is one of the things. I mean, the things about like this era is that, you know, they actually have, I think they actually have rap artists and rap is popular now, so they actually who they're listening to are other rap artists.
Right.
And as you mentioned, the 70s and even 80s eras, it's like they were listening to rap wasn't popular, so they actually had to find other music to listen to.
Right. But not to cut you off real quick, to interject, is what's the problem I see with kids nowadays, or the younger cats, is they're scared to broaden their horizon. You know what I'm saying? So you ask them who they listen to, or maybe their mother and fathers are young too, so they say Biggie, J, and Nas, you know what I'm saying, 50. And it's like, no disrespect to them, no disrespect to Jay Dilla, but it was more artists than them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's other artists from that era. Y'all naming only 4. Y'all saying they the greatest MCs, period. Like, that's crazy to me. And I never really touch on it, but that's incorrect.
Right, definitely. And that's also another thing, is that one thing. One thing kids don't do now is that the whole purpose. For me, I feel like the whole purpose of, like, when you do something like when you actually reference Stevie Wonder, the whole purpose, well, for me growing up, used to be like, oh, well, he just referenced this guy. All right, he referenced him for a reason. I should go look him up and see what he's about.
Exactly. That's how you learn.
Right.
That's how you learn,
And that's not happening anymore, or as much, I guess.
Nah.
That's why hip hop will raise you. Like the stuff I learned from references like that, find an artist that maybe my parents didn't expose me to, Even someone like Public Enemy teaching you so many things, like, you would learn from hip hop, Well,
like I said, Ray's Cafe, it is definitely one of the timeless albums that, I don't know, like, in a weird way, it brought me back to 80s, 90s, and then at the same time, it just makes sense. And, it's one of those things that it even works today in 2014.
Right.
Which is definitely, I kind of want to continue on with a few of the other tracks. So Soul Kitchen is probably my favorite track on the album, but I imagine by tomorrow this will change. The beat is dope. The flow is dope. You even spit, you go, where them good vibes are. Can you guys talk about making this track? It's a 3-minute track, yet the last 40 seconds is just, the beat. Was that planned? Were you guys like, let's just ride that out?
Nah, I love the beat, so after O was finished, I didn't feel like it needed to end so quick, I was like, let it rock, You could feel it for a few seconds,
Right, definitely.
I actually had it even longer, and before I put the masters in, I cut it down a couple of seconds,
Oh, that's dope. That's cool.
Yeah, that joint actually is a actual. I took that from actual Monday nights at SOBs, used to be called Soul Kitchen.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to play all grooves, 60s, 70s, grooves and stuff like that. And I used to go up there with Pharrell and Prince, and it was crazy. They used to just play 60s and 70s joints, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And stuff like that stays with me. Memories like that I'll never forget. I can remember being in SOBs as clear as today, listening to, old grooves and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And this is before I recorded my album.
Oh, that's real.
So that's where the title came from for me.
Sips and cool out, classic spinning, flashing, grinning, having a ball place to be is down at the Soul Kitchen now. Cool out, not too loud, boom out, making you move round in circles off the haze cloud. Where them good vibes are. Cafe. It's a rare occasion right here.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house online and owning it, between imagining living there and breathing in your new home for the first time. Having an advocate who can help you navigate the complex world of financing, inspections, negotiating, analyzing the market, and talking through any anxieties that may pop up, that can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and bound by a code of ethics, because that's who we are.
Rack your look for spring at Nordstrom Rack and save up to 60% on brands you love. Rag & Bone, Vince, Marc Jacobs, Adidas, Joe's, and more. Great brands, great prices every day at Nordstrom Rack. Score new dresses, denim, sandals, designer bags, and sunglasses, plus updates for the family and home. Get your spring on for less, up to 60% less, today at your Nordstrom Rack store. What will you find?